What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. About to go downstairs and pick up my DoorDash. Just got into the office. About to prepare for the Millionaire Morning Show. And hopefully we have a phenomenal Friday. I'm very, very excited to be able to kick it with you guys. One of the things that I want to say to you guys, because I know I get on my ladies a lot, but it's important for me to break down exactly why I get on my ladies, is because I think that they hold a great responsibility that comes along with what happens within our community. We all know that women control access to sex and that men control access to marriage. But one of the things that we continuously ignore, and this is not even for the overwhelming majority of the guys, so I'm speaking to a small segment of you and those of you that could possibly exhibit or participate in this behavior. But one of the things that's important is that we gotta stop having children out of wedlock. I did a live stream last night on the Anton Daniels channel, which I thought was absolutely awesome, and everything went great. And then we had a lot of guys, but when I start to deep dive into what we got going on and why people are moving the way that they move, because, you know, I don't just answer questions just based off of what people tell me or anything like that. I have to get the whole context behind it and understand why you are the way you are, where you came from, what your current situation is. I'm not just gonna tell you how to get to the bag and that's the end of the conversation. I gotta have a conversation. I'm going downstairs to get my DoorDash. I gotta have a conversation in its entirety and in truth. And the reality is that a lot of y'all just continue to put yourself in harm's way. And it's not just with regard to having a child out of wedlock. It's also with regard to just how you moving and your mindset and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So why was he calling me? He's not even here yet. It got everything to do with how it is that you're moving in general. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you continue to entertain these hood rats or women that's for the streets and don't have your best interest at heart, then you're going to continue to get bad results. And so why would you impregnate? And I'm so tired of guys keep telling me, well, it was just a mistake, or, you know what I'm saying, everybody make mistakes. It's not a mistake. I'm not accepting that anymore. The same way that I don't accept that women make a mistake and choose the guy that they know is not best for them, but then continue to lay down with him and get impregnated by him and have kids by them. I'm just not going for it anymore. I'm not going for the idea that you made a mistake, or, you know, I didn't know that she was gonna get pregnant. Your pullout game just ain't that great. It ain't that awesome. And even you thinking that you can pull out and that be the end of the conversation is short-sighted, bro, at best. And so you gotta stop getting these women pregnant. What is he doing? Look at this guy. Why is he continuing to drive? I just waved at him. I'm right here. You can't help these people. Anyways, like I was saying, what is this guy doing? You can't keep putting yourself in harm's way. You can't keep expecting for women to do the right thing. And so you got to be proactive in making sure that you ain't even making yourself available to the worst of us. Let me call this guy and then I'll be with y'all in a minute. Somebody also parked in my spot. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But think about it like this, right? Often at times, women can't even figure out what's best for them. They don't even know they right from they left. They don't even know they right from they left. Because sometimes they act just like little children. And if she goes out and it's so easy for you to bust her down because I know that you feel like you're the man, and maybe you are. That's dope. I mean, the statistics show that maybe you are the man. Because 80% of the women that's having children out of wedlock is having them with a small minority of the men. And those are the guys that I'm talking to, right? But then that maybe you're not the man. Because maybe you just continue to find the worst of us to procreate with. But if you go out there, either way, you go out there and you bust her down, right? And you get pregnant by her and she lets you skeet in her, regardless of how much game that you have. Don't you think it's a possibility that somebody else can do the same thing and they already have because she's already a baby mama with somebody else? If it's so easy for you to get her, because I've always wanted exclusivity, right? With my money, with my job, with my opportunities, I've always wanted the best of the best. If it's so easy for you to get her, then why would you want her? Even if you just like want to do the thing that's best for you and you just bust it down, but you don't necessarily, you know, want to make a mother of her, you got to have a whole baby with her. You already marrying her. That means that you're tying yourself to her basically for the rest of your life. And I don't understand that. I don't understand why you smart enough, wise enough, cool enough, dope enough to be able to do some of the things that's the best for you when it comes to your career, your money, you're a bag chaser, you're going to get that bag, you're successful, all of that type of stuff. But then you can't do the thing that's in your own best interest when it comes to your dick, bro. That's your kingship. That's the thing that makes you super great. Why wouldn't you do the thing that's in your own best interest when it comes to protecting your legacy? You don't even like her like that. She was just a moment, but you're willing to have children with her. You're willing to create something and let it grow inside of her and then let somebody cut it out like an alien because she got to have a C-section. And then you think that you looking at her funny, which you should, because you should have been looking at her funny from the very beginning before you ever even skeeted in her. But you looking at her funny because you like, oh my God, I can't believe these women is trash. But you knew she was trash before you laid down with her, which was one of the reasons why it was so easy to bust her down in the first place. She didn't change. She was always for the streets. You just put more value on her in that particular moment because somehow, some way, you thought that she was special enough in the moment or you just wasn't going to protect your seed. It's silly. It sounds silly. It sounds silly to think that you, a king, supposed to be a king or in a king's position, is opening yourself up to getting finessed by a chick that you basically gonna be married to for the rest of your life because you can't remove the fact or the possibility that you're gonna have to really, really be tied to this woman through the kid. She gonna take you to family court. She gonna get half, or she gonna get a big piece of your net worth because instead of you being able to invest in yourself and spend that money on greatness or actually put that into a chick, you know, that's a real mother of your kid, now you got to invest in this kid that don't like you, is going to be weaponized against you, and is going to grow up to hate you, and then hope and pray for the possibility that he comes to his senses and realize that his mother had weaponized him against you. All for what? For one night? For a nut? I've never in my life, from the time that I was born, when I opened up my eyes, whether I talked to my father or my OGs, they always told me, bro, listen, never, ever, ever have a kid. Listen, you already putting yourself behind an 8 ball and you taking a chance having a kid in wedlock. She can always go back to the family courts and file for child support and say that you hadn't been paying anything and go for back child support, depending on what state you in, and see how that play out. Why would you put yourself in that position? Why are you even entertaining the possibility of this? It makes no sense whatsoever. So I need you to go ahead and put your big boy pants on, take ownership and responsibility of your situation, and stop enabling these women to then weaponize the system and the family court and all of that against us, because it's much more difficult to fight it when you in it than to fight it when you outside of it. I got more power over what happens in family court than you do because I don't have a child out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Let's gird up, let's do the right thing, and let's take care of our business. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Gotta get ready for the morning show, gotta eat breakfast.